How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Tanks. Today, I want to tell you how you can actually create your own cheats and do read and write your memories that you want dynamically. In this video, we just wrote a name, but the concept is going to help you understand how it works, and you'll be able to do quite more as you keep watching this series. So without further ado, let me actually show you how we do that. Alright, so before I start explaining how to do this, I want to tell you that when I was actually trying to learn how to hack and how to read and write memories of the software, I was actually about to use it for some games and some stuff that I wanted, but nevertheless, the thing that really matters is that there's no easy way, right? There's no easy way to hack. This is not something that has a good pattern and pathway to learn easily. There's no fast video. I was like always looking for some short video to like learn how to, for example, create a name bot in like 15 minutes. That's just not possible. So I'm telling you that if you want to learn how to hack, you need to go deeply into the information and know some stuff. In this tutorial, you might actually need to know how the operation system managed to put all the processes data inside the memory, and how actually what is the difference between the virtual addresses and the physical addresses, how the pointers actually work, of course. And this might be actually enough, and actually if you don't know, you will still understand some and you will learn some. When I was actually started learning them, I did not know how these stuff work, but later when I read them, it made much sense, but I still learned how to do that without even knowing them. So if you just try deeply hard to, you'll be able to actually make it. So firstly, I'm just going to say something quite short. Multi-process management, process memory management. Actually, let me see if this is the image I see. This is very useful for people that don't know how it works. The processes are intergram, but not in a good order, right? They're not in a row. The process A starts here, but some of these modules are down here, right? So you can't find a physical address that you can't, for example, say that there's an address, right? Like these, and my, for example, health variable is always located here, right? Next time you open your game, it's be placed in somewhere else. So you'll need a dynamic way that you can always manage to map your variables and read and write them as you desire. So that will be enough. I might create another video about how this works if you are interested, but the purpose of this video is to actually, of course, develop security and tell you how these hacks work. So I'm going to open the IDA Professional, which actually helps you do a lot of reverse engineering. And I already disassembled the ARK. It's going to take a lot, like it's something like 200 gigabytes. It's going to take a lot of time to disassemble, so I already disassembled it for you. Right. So basically, what we're going to do in order to read and write memories is firstly get the process ID, right? And using that, we're going to get the process modules base, and using base modules, we can go for the variables we want. So let's get the process base address, base of anything, and see where actually in our RAM is placed. Well, of course, it's going to change, but right, let's just forget it now. Just open it. Right. If you do a quick search at Google about the cheats, you'll see some stuff that can help you actually develop. You might not find a ready cheat, but some offsets, right, might be available. Maybe old, maybe not working anymore, but can help you. For example, here it says that in order to just go deep and find anything you want around, you need to just have 3 bases, right? You need to get these values from the base. These 3 values have a static position from the top of the process. Like if the process is positioned on the top of the main memory, we're going to just add this value, the offset, to its base. And even if it's at the bottom, there's no difference. You add this value, and you, of course, will manage to get these values. So that's why we use these bases. But the rest of values are not like I said. You will have to just use few pointers to finally manage to get it. It will make much more sense when I go into the idea. But you just know that we will have to look for UWord proxy of GWord. This is an object of this class, the structure actually. Right, so we're going to hit Shift F4 and look for UWord proxy, comma. Right, what did you find actually? I've not responded, I'm sorry. Let's see what's going on. Alright, found something. So as you see in this address, alright, it defined the global world of structure UWord proxy from the base, but I want you to know that right. Wait, it's not responding every time. We can make sure something's fine. Right, it's fine, finally. Right, the processor starts from something like this, right? So you need to know that this value is not something that you're going to be adding, right? So you just forget and ignore that, and then we're going to get this space. You know, these values are the same, so it's just for lines about just this command. So this is where it's located from the start. So we're going to get this dot and add it to that, and then we're going to get the value. But this is just a UWord proxy, right? How are we going to get, for example, in this tutorial, I'm going to actually just read actually my name from the memory and see if we can do that. And in the next one, or maybe other one, I'm going to tell you how you can actually go ahead and create wall hacks, aimbots. Maybe for ARK, we can actually go for looking dinos and their levels and their, for example, whatever we want, we can do. It's just the point is learn how to reverse engineer the parts and to how to read and write and create the app. The rest is completely simple. So the UWord proxy is a variable that points to UWord. And so I'm just going quite fast, right? Because I have done it for a few apps. You might not be familiar with these addresses, but I'm just going so fast to the addresses. A UWord has an object called owning game instance. Right? The game instance has an array of players, local players. Right? The local players are in structure of local play. So I'm going to look for these and see if we can actually find it. Local player, come on. Local player. So just press the U and I was like, hey. Right, let's see. And the local player is a structure which was inherited from uPlayer. Or what we want is actually inside the structure it was inherited from, uPlayer. And in other theory, as you see, there is a player controller. We're going inside that. Inside our player controller, again, there is a value inside structure it was inherited from, inside the controller, which is pound. We're going to use the pound to go ahead and get the player state. The player state is on this offset. The player state is like this, and finally our ping name is here, right? So this is the path we should get. Well, I've came in to play a name in like 2 minutes, but this is not simple. I've done a lot to find it, but eventually, like almost a day it takes to find the variable. You eventually do that, not even that much. But this is something that is time consuming. That's why I'm telling you to go inside the internet and look for the offsets. There are ways, some offsets that you can actually use. Maybe if you just get a few pages over, you find some. I've found some, but they were old, so I just knew how to actually delete down to find them, like or whatever. Just be aware of like something like this. Anyways, so just that. So you know how to use IDA a little bit. I will in the other video. I'm going to come back and do a lot more. But there is the play name. So let's just close IDA and. Before we go for the Visual Studio Code and do it with code, I'm going to do that with actually something called reclass.net. This is, oh my god, this is something quite strong. I like this. It's very useful. So I'm going to attach these to the ARK. I'm going to Control G and look for the shooter game. Well, the address is this one, alright, but make sure that this matches the name, right? Shooter game. Well, then there's a name executable, of course, but it should match. It's case sensitive. So this is the basic start. We don't have to do anything else with the cheat engine. Close that, and we attach the reclass.net to the ARK and set the start. So this is the start position, right? Now we open our calculator. I've already written the offsets from the things we had. We found that this was the difference from start to get the G-word, right? There was something like this, alright? Well, as I said, we just ignore this since it starts from that, and we add base this much and we make it. So we come back here. Oh, just already right. We add this value and we get the G-word, right? So now let's get this called as G-word. Right, as I said, right inside the G-word was a pointer to the global word, right, the U-word class. So now we just reclass that fast, call it U-word. So there it is, actually U-word class, right? U-word is G-word address plus 0. We already read it. It was this G-word plus 0, which is this. And now a U-word plus like 290 leads us to a pointer that leads to what? That leads to our game instance. So let's just add them fast. It's owning game instance. Now let's just add 4 kilobytes and go down like 38, and it leads us to where? It leads us to the pointer. Well, this value down here count of local players is local players plus 2, but since local players was on instance plus 38, it's like on instance plus 38 plus 2, which is 40. So this is that. I'm going to make it like in 64, which doesn't make sense. In 32, it's 32 makes sense. This is one local player around us. This is just a count. Maybe if you are doing a loop to just go ahead and look for the values inside this array, you'll need to know how many items does it even have. So it's like called local players, and as you know, there was 1, so we just go for the index 0, and this is the address. It's called local players index 0, and there it is. And inside the local player, with 3 space from top, we have a pointer to play controller. So I'm going to read that. Player controller, right? And play controller plus actually 488. What's that? 4 kilobytes. 488 leads us to the place to the what? To pound. Let's add the pound. Oh my god, it's taking so long to do all this stuff. I know how. Player state. Let's go back to the pawn and 588. It's here. So player state must be here. So on player state plus 407, there must be our name. 407. There it is. 407 must be a name, right? So if we just make it text, it's not my name. Text pointer T. My name is Tanks. utext and Unicode text pointer. There it is. We found our name, and we know that our offsets are correct. And now what we're going to do is to go inside Visual Studio Code and try to create a code to read and write it. Alright, so now knowing that, we just don't need to use that anymore. It was just for test. Like, I just wanted to tell you that when you're working with IDA and you want to get offsets, before you just create the code with Visual Studio Code, you need to make sure that your offsets are correct, and then you're going to take a lot of job to just do that. So what we're going to do is to use a player's good memory header, which I used it once, CAS, which was actually making some sheets for CS2. CS2 sheets, GitHub. Right. CAS actually provided a lot of stuff which I've actually learned from him. Well, what he's not working in any game but CS2. We can use the memory H that he created. It's going to help a lot. Right. So just copy that. Now, let's open the Visual Studio Code. We're gonna create a new project. Empty C++. I'm going for this full document, C++, select ARK read. Right, it's just read for now, but it might not be the same later. So, fine. Now we have a source file. Let's just add an item. It's main.cs. Actually, CPP, not CS. I'm sorry. And we're going to add a header file called memory.h. Right, so now it's copied, and as the thing is, it's not no unsigned pointer. I think it's because the language must be 20. Alright, so now there's a problem with comparison of process name. Well, that can be W string. I'm sorry. And we come back here, and this is the same. We just need to string blocks. It must be enough. There it is. And it's fine. So now, what we're going to do is to include memory.h and have an int main. Right, so that's quite easy now. Memory of ARK is created with memory of std w string of formatted sheet game.x. There it is. It's created, the handle is created, and the process side is found. Now we want the base. Unsigned int pointer of base equals what? Equals arc.read no, get actually module address. And we're going to pass the same. So basically here the module we want is has actually the same name as the process, but this is not the same always, right? If you just come over here inside the package, let me just show you something where there is the executable file of the ARK, right? But there are a bunch of the other modules around it, right? And maybe the variable you want to read is inside this one, all right? So therefore you have to copy it here. But for now, the variable global we'll be starting with is inside the tutor again, but it might be in different other ones. That's why we have to realize that these are not the same always. It's just coincidence, right? And we go for the unsigned int pointer of what's global world now, right? We knew that it's where it's actually on ARK. It's actually on base plus base plus this one, right? Base plus 0x. So this is not how we do it. We do it like ARK read, use the read function, and we pass the address. The address is this, base plus this, and this read function takes the type name, and this is an unsigned int pointer. And now a global world is this, right? Oh, I'm sorry, this is actually right because we're not reading anything, we're just adding, so this is correct. Now we do the same. Unsigned int pointer of the u-world is well, for the u-world we need to read, right? Because we know that this points to the address of this, right? So now we need to read the value inside this address to get the address of this u-world. So we just pass the address of u-world, right? And again we need to pass the type name, right? And now we go for the unsigned int pointer of the alright, it's owning game instance, and it's the same. I just need to copy that, and this time we pass the u-world plus an offset which was actually 2090, right? There it is. And this is our job from now on. We're going to just do the same. We're going for the local players, so we say local players, and the answer is 38. Alright, the thing is it count is actually mostly 1, and we're not just going deep, so I just do not get it. I imagine there's totally 1 local player and go for it. And now our player is like has 0 space from local players. This is index 0, and is players. Then from player we go like how much? We go like 30 to get the play controller. That's the player here. And from player we should, I guess, go to the, oh my god, display controller, play controller, and we have the play controller, and from play controller we go for the power. There it is, 488 from player, 488 from play controller actually, and now we go for the player state, and player state is like again 488 from pawn. And now we want to get the pointer to the name pointer or player name, and we know that it's like 470 from player state, so we say 470 from player state, right? So there it is. So this is the pointer, right? This is not the value. So this is a pointer to the text we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a w character t of like a name in like 64 length. Now we initialize that empty, and what we're gonna do is for int I0 till I64. That's cheap way to do that. There's some other ways, but I'm just keeping it short and simple. Well, this is one command, so we don't need to do that. We're going to say this indentation to make it nice. We're going to say that the name index I is going to be ark.read. Well, we're going to read the address of player name plus well, we're going to pass the type plus I. Can be cool. Let's see. And then finally we're going to say std cout the name. That was it actually. The name. Let's include this string. Include a string. WCF is fine. Alright, I don't know why WCF does not work. Maybe it's fine still. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. It's out since it's a W character. WCF. Wait, let me see. WCF CBB. Hello. Right, which is library I stream probably. Good. Oh right, I'm sorry. I did not even stream. Let's see. Well, it prints another. Let me just do a quick test. std cout. Well, make it std hex, of course. Oops. And let's just add, for example, local players and see. Oh, it's right here. Well, the reason is this project needs to be run as administrator. So what I'm going to do is firstly come back here inside link manifest file, and I'm going to make it require admin. But it does not differ. We should just close it and open it again. Right. There it is, and it's open now. Now if we do it, it's still 0. Alright, let's see. Shoot a game, and local players. Keyboard is base for start, and let's just go for the global world then. Maybe we kicked. No, we're not. We're right here, right? It's well, the global world is fine, right? Let's go for the EU world then. EU world is fine too. Local players. 0. Oh my god. Only game stands. Oh, the reason is local players must be added to game instance. That's it. Alright. So, well, now we found the T thanks 2 plus I, and let's just delete these. Well, the reason it's happening is because it's because actually this must be I'm sorry, it must be times were size of which actually characters were. Right, something like this. Yes. And yeah, finally we've actually done it. So I guess that was be enough for this one. In the next tutorial, I might be going for like something like creating a wall hack for dinos or players, or showing the player's name or info on the position. Maybe we're going to draw it on the page and all that. Thank you for watching, and I hope I can actually help you do something. So goodbye and take care.